There you go. Welcome, everybody, inside the South Point Hotel and Casino here in Las Vegas, Nevada. Look at the sports book back there. It will be packed in just a few hours when we have Thursday night football between the Cowboys and the Giants. I've already seen a lot of Cowboy jerseys walking around. Pretty exciting. So let's talk about it. Tonight's game, Giants, Cowboys. And this diehard Dallas fan already seems to know how the game's going to go.
Yeah, here we go.
So this guy here.
Yeah, here we go. Yeah, here we go.
So if you'll see, the beers are piling up as he watches the Cowboys disappoint him once again. What's he at, about a 12? That's my favorite one, just lying there in despair. Face down's good. Every week, that's Dallas Cowboy fans, and frankly, I couldn't be happier. Behind the glass, he's like that favorite comfy fall hoodie you love. He's always there to keep you warm with his graphics, posts, and jokes. Plus, you can just leave him sitting on a chair during work. Our producer, Ryan McCormick. Hey, Ryan. What are you pulling out of the drawer for today's show? So it was all a hoodie thing.
Well, we will be pulling a bowl out of the drawer.
Punch bowl?
For Punch Bowl. We will be pulling some Moonshine out of the drawer for Moonshine Moonshots.
That's how we do it on Thursdays.
We will be doing our favorite comedy clip of the day. Coolest clip of the night.
Got it.
And always good post with punchlines.
And we have two guests today, and one of them is here for the entire show. We've had him on the show 2 or 3 times. He's one of the funniest guys in the room and in the world. You can follow him on social media. International touring headliner, over 1,000 appearances on national TV, including The Tonight Show, Drew Carey Show, Roseanne, and Cops. I threw that one in there.
Wow.
The movies Joe Dirt and The Informant. Dry Bar Special has over 35 million views. But honestly, his favorite line is, what hasn't he done, ladies and gentlemen?
Really?
One of my all-time favorites. Bob Zany is live in the studio for the entire episode.
And the folks at home, by the way, Ryan, you look fantastic. You're dressed,
You do too.
look
You do
professional.
Too.
Well, it's,
I mean, my God, he still thinks he's 28. And he's going to meet a chick. It's not going to happen, okay? You're an old guy now, Frank. Listen, I just want to say, when you said I was on Cops, wow, that's why we call this Punchline. That was funny stuff. How do you know I wasn't on Cops?
I don't know. That was
I was on
intro.
Family Feud, but at the end, Ray Combs, who was a friend of mine, brought me on at the end and introduced me to the world.
No way.
So I've done a lot of stuff like that.
After Fast Money?
We're at the end of the show, but was that called Fast Money?
That was Fast Money.
Wow, how sad is it that you knew that?
I've lived in the game show world for a while.
You really did. I mean, I look at you and I think debt.
I was in debt, and I went on debt.
And my wife went on debt and won the family $5,000.
Did she really?
After taxes, we only owed $128.
Well, I won $14,106.
Wow.
12 grand straight up the nose right after taping. Then, I lived off. I got a check for $14,106, and I kept it, threw it in the bank, and I lived off that when I first moved to LA. And that's what got me into the whole game show world, which led me to you.
Right. Well, I did a few. There was a game show called Bedroom Buddies. It was the offshoot of Studs. You remember Studs?
I do remember Studs.
So
yes,
this was for married couples. I got the
DiCarlo.
job as the host. It was the worst show in the whole world. I mean, and I lost all my confidence in me as my ability to host and be funny, and I quit the show during getting ready to go on the air. So I got replaced by a guy named Bobby Rivers. Do you remember him?
He was on
VH1.
Yeah,
right.
I remember Bobby Rivers.
He became the host. My wife, Erin O'Connor, who's listening right now, she called me and says, Bedroom Buddies is on the air. I walked in, and everything I knew was wrong with the show, I got to see it with Bobby Rivers. That show lasted 6 weeks.
Oh, my God.
Became a punchline of David Letterman, and you never heard of Bobby Rivers again.
Yeah.
So I made the right choice, but at the time, I didn't think that. Ryan, you know what I'm talking about. You have to make tough decisions. Sometimes you have to say, Frank, it's not working out.
That never happens.
No, it does. Look, I'm a little self-conscious. Can I just say I'm a little I cut myself shaving.
No.
All right, over here. Yeah. It's not that bad. You should see my legs.
You don't shave your legs. You know what's weird? I have no hair on my legs.
Oh, I don't have any hair on the calves. Because when I was a kid, we grew up, I'm from a middle-class family. Does anybody ever said that? Anyway, I'm kidding. So we grew up with the heater in the floor.
Yeah.
And to get warm, we would stand there, and then I think that burned off the hair in my legs. Which was, my sister would stand there with me, and it was good for her.
It was like Nair.
I mean, yeah. It was like Nair.
Ladies and gentlemen, Bob Zany.
And by the way, I want to just tell the folks at home, and I'm sure there's somebody. Has anyone? Somebody's there. I just want to say I'm not the biggest sports person. I did play high school football for 2 years.
Okay.
So I'm covered. But I did do some comedy bits on the Jumbotron for the Rams about 6 years ago.
No way.
Yeah, and we filmed all of them. I got to meet all the coaches and the play. In fact,
was it Sean McVay or was
Sean McVay?
Okay.
Yeah, and it was really weird because I was walking. They gave me a Rams shirt, and the fans thought I was a coach because my size. So I told them to buy the Madden game. I don't know why I didn't tell them that, Ryan. Ryan, you're doing great over there. And, again, irreplaceable until you're gone. Anyway, just remember that.
Now, listen, not only is Bob here for the entire show, which we couldn't be happier about, we also have a special guest, another guy that's returning to the program, local Vegas handicapper. Joe D'Amico will be via video because he's got a hit he has to do at 1 o'clock on ESPN. So he's going to be on the show at about 12:40. He's going to give out a pick for tonight. He's going to give out a pick for Saturday and one for Sunday. It's 3 picks. Do you have any picks?
I don't have any picks. Well, actually, they revolve around my crotch. They're that kind of pick.
I don't like that one.
Could I have said the other word? I don't know.
Well, what is it?
It's a family show.
Do you want to go take 2? You want to do it again?
No, I'm not going to do it again. But because that shows the professionalism. Look, Frank, what I try to do for this show is bring a little class, okay? I'm dressed up, Ryan's dressed up, and looks like she just got off the LBGTQ tour. But the point is...
It's a beautiful hat. She's got a...
No, she looks like she's a lady golfer, and I say that with all the sexism I can muster. That's a good word. Mustard. Isn't mustard a good word? Yeah. By the way, when are those hot dogs going to start selling?
They're selling them. They're $1.50. They're the best hot dogs.
They look amazing. Every time I've been on this show, I want to get a hot dog. And you want to give me a free buffet.
Well,
I'm not going to go sit in the buffet, okay?
I'll go get you a hot dog.
I am Bob Zany.
I know. And after the show, but you have to go over to do the Dennis Bono
I'm going to do the Dennis Bono show.
Is that Bono or Bono?
Dennis Bono, and he hates me, and I don't know why I call him Bono, because trust me, he's not that talented.
You too?
Look, the point is...
You too?
It's
you too?
Nice. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Punchlines with Frank Nicotero.
You too?
I'm filling in for Jeff, who right now is doing a lot of work with unwed mothers.
He's married. Jeff is married.
He still does a lot of work with unwed mothers. The wife doesn't know, okay? Let's just be honest.
Okay. So listen.
How do I what are we on, like a 3-second delay? So I could have done the joke. Right. It looks like you got to fix that in post. That's showbiz talk, Frank. You remember showbiz? Remember when you were in it?
I do.
I mean, there were such hopes for your career.
20 years ago,
and then now you're here at the South Point.
This is the best job.
So this moves, Keith. This moves. Think about it. What we talked
we
about.
have a new set coming. It'll be lower next time you're here, hopefully, if you come back.
Do you like this set? I could see me hosting a talk show myself in here, but I want the old-fashioned. I like the desk.
One desk and some nice
the chairs with the peeps.
And can we do that? We're going to work on that.
I think it'd be a great. Don't you think, Ryan? And you're nice. What are you, about 32?
He's
not quite.
He's 24.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. A lot of sun. What happened?
My mom would. Yeah.
You know what? I've always looked older than I was, and I'll tell you. I think it's your attitude, right?
Right.
When I got my first driver's license, in 1977 or whatever it was. I was 16 years old, right?
Okay.
Instead of putting 1961 when I was born, they put 1951 from the state of California.
So you could buy beer at a young
I
age.
was everybody's best friend. Right. And I went to a Catholic school. Look, the point is, sister, I can't buy you guys any more beer. Sober up.
Well, they have wine. They're good.
They have wine, and it's a good wine. By the way, South Point water, ladies and gentlemen.
Commemorative.
Whenever you're out, get South Point water because you know which point the South is.
They can't all be gems, Ryan. There's going to be a few. Well, you got caught. Well,
no, that's fine. By the way, I went to an antique store before the show.
Yeah.
Big Lots. They're going under. That was the joke. They're going under.
Listen, this point in the show, we usually do a comedy clip or a coolest clip, and this is kind of both in one. Usually it's either or, but this one's both because it involves you.
Oh, really?
So there we have the comedy.
Right. I like comedy.
the coolest because you're doing something cool here. And this is from about a week ago, if not last week.
And by the way, can I just say something before you show it? I want to thank everybody here, and I know you're instrumental in making that happen. Yeah. Thank you so much. It was a great feeling, and then I'll have some commentary about that moment. Let's go.
Okay, well, what do you...
Let's go to Kate.
Here it is. There's Bob.
Yep.
And a fangirling Keith Lyle.
Keith Lyle's fangirling.
Thank God I didn't wear that shirt today. I was going to wear that shirt.
All right, here's your stats. Oh, look at all the innings pitched. 419 strikeouts.
That's funny.
So you look good. You're walking out to the mound. This is the ballpark here where the AAA.
This is
Oakland
1
A team.
month after a new hip,
That's
by the
what's
way.
impressive. Oh, there's
yeah,
Debbie
that's 1 month
LaBarbera.
after a new hip.
That's Debbie. Wave to Debbie.
Hey, Debbie.
She's
That's
here
my
to see
sister's name. I don't like her.
She's here to see the Dennis Bono show.
Oh, she is? Of course
she
she
gets
is.
me tickets to shows
They have
in
huge fans there. And this is important. Watch what I do here.
Okay.
I went over the crowd. I get
Whipping
them
'em.
excited. I get ready to pitch, but watch. I'm looking over there.
Check at third
I don't
base,
want
check at
anyone to
first
steal
base.
a base.
Yep.
My watch.
There you go. And they got
And then watch this. I throw it way over there to make him work for it.
That was great.
And that was the key.
All part of the
and,
plan.
and I got to keep the ball. That's the exciting thing.
And had you ever thrown out a first pitch before?
No, I haven't, and I still haven't because I was the fourth guy that day throwing out the first pitch. So how pathetic is that?
Now,
I was the fourth guy throwing out the first pitch. So I threw out the fourth pitch of the day.
Now, I was doing a show that night close by.
But you know what? I was closing.
Right.
I was
Right. You were
closing the
you were
show.
the closer.
I was the
You
closer.
were as a headliner and a closer. So I came over and I had missed that, but then we sat together and watched the game.
Right.
And I understand the minute I left, I had to leave early because I had to come home.
Of course, you always have an excuse.
Well, I had to
Frank,
come
you
home
always
and-
have an excuse.
I had to write the
You
show.
don't
Ryan
like
worked with-
people. Just tell everybody out there. You don't like being around people. You get
love
nervous because it's not all about you, Frank. Go ahead.
So anyway, a foul ball came the minute I left, and I could have cut. But Erin, your wife, got the ball.
She got a ball.
There you go.
And this is the best part of the story. Now, again, this you can't write this. We go home. Our dog Zuzu, Erin, she smells the ball because of the leather. I don't know what it is.
Yeah, Kyle.
So here, have it ball. Destroyed the ball in 1 minute.
Oh no.
Yeah, so it's in the trash can
pretty
along
tough
with
weather, too.
some of your career, not all of it. There's still hope for you, Frank.
I'm trying. All right. So what we do?
By the way, this room is a celebration of ADD. There's
Yeah,
9
it's
screens
ridiculous.
going on, and I can't. Oh, look, there's Bob Zany thank you card right over there.
That is your. See how I put that there?
Is that like when I go to the nail salon and they have all the tributes with the apples and the kitty?
And we light
I
candles
like what
around
you've
it.
done over here.
Well, this is a lot of stuff. Yeah, there's a lot of Funko Pops, baseball cards, popcorn holders. That's a picture Jerry drew of Larry Bird in the
Oh wow,
cup there.
Larry Bird. He's from French Lick,
Lick,
Indiana.
Indiana.
I performed in French Lick, Indiana, at the casino there.
I did Seymour, Indiana, where John Cougar Mellencamp's from.
Wow.
And there was someone there that said they knew him, and I'm like, I'm not
Well,
surprised.
and again, like you're going to check it out, you know.
And I'm like, it's not a big town. I believe you.
One of the things my wife is making me do is take this probiotic juice.
Okay.
You know, because of all this stuff I went through the surgery.
Yeah.
And it says it has over a billion probiotics in it. And I'm going, we're going to have to trust you. I'm not going to. We can't even count to 1 billion and take a year. Do you understand? They could put anything on that label. It's much like your press kit.
Right.
You know, hey, he's done this, he's done that, but no one's seen it.
No, never putting press kits together. By the way, you're the only guest ever to give us a thank you card. So there you go.
I'm a huge fan of this show. I just wish I knew where it was. I want to find it on the VHF channel.
Well, do you know who knows where it is? Our punchies in roll call. So let's do roll call. This is where we check to see who's on the show or in the show, whatever. What do we got here, Ryan? What do we got going on here?
We've got Alex White. We've
There's our
got
graphic.
Dean Hill.
Alex.
With Dean Hill wondering if Jeff was afraid to be on the show because of our guest Bob Zany today.
Right. Jeff used to be a regular Thursday guy. Jeff now does Fridays. So
Oh, he does.
for a while, I
Is that
thought-
a promotion or is it? Did
just scheduling? Scheduling.
Was it his shift at Applebee's now on Thursday?
I believe it's.
It's a
chilling.
neighborhood grill. Okay, don't mock it. All work is honorable.
Let's see here. B-Town
actually will
Dummy.
be here
Oh,
later
this
today.
is my buddy Christian. No opinion on Jock or Lock. See, I asked people. Here's the thing I asked the question.
Yeah.
I ask a question every day. I asked, hey, it's October next week. Should we do Jocktober, where I try to book a professional athlete once a week, or Locktober, where we get like a professional handicapper to give us a lock? What kind of October would you prefer for us?
I like Locktober. I think it has a. By the way, October is National Car Care Month. Did you know that?
I didn't know that.
Yeah, I'm going to get a lube job, and then I'm going to take my car in for some service. Dan, did I cross a line? Let me know. Hold up a sign. When I hit a 10, I'll walk out. I promise. You can't hear me? Why would you? Why would you want to hear any of this magic or gift? You got punchlines over there. I'm just sidekick.
Now, see, Dean Hill says Bob is the best right there.
Dean,
And by
thank
the way,
you.
Bob Dell, my best friend, my oldest friend in the world, Bob Delmont. I could watch this all day and with a bunch of Y's.
Where's he located
He's in
right
Baltimore. He's the number one afternoon jock on a country station.
now? Oh, really? That's
It's
nice.
October, yeah.
Very good. I'm a big radio guy. I do
Yeah,
at least
Bob and
25
Tom.
stations a week. I'm doing Bob and Tom next week, but
Yeah.
I've been doing so much radio at KLOS. I
Yeah.
started out at KLOS.
95.5.
That's why I'm going through all this stuff going, my God, what a career I've had, and now I'm co-hosting Punchlines with Frank Nicotero. I mean, what was the woo? When did that happen?
I don't know.
Woo! I'm kidding. I'm a huge fan, and what you've done for the business, it can be done over.
Ryan, am I missing anything in the chat, or should we move on? Was there anything else in that? We have a lot of people in there.
Oh, Alex is Alex from the show, right?
Yeah.
She was out there with Andy.
She was, yeah.
They do these little games to keep the people occupied.
I do that occasionally, but yeah, they're the main ones.
Oh, you do that sometimes?
I did about a handful of games last year.
Did you fill it for Andy? Did he have to get his hair taken care of or something? He's got great hair. My God, it's like a surfer that actually was frozen in time and then woke up in a cantaloupe.
I have no comeback for that. Andy might be watching, but yeah, Andy's great.
Andy is a great guy.
He's great. They do a great job.
Andy, and you got a thank you card coming. I got it on my list of things. I'm very busy.
How long have you been doing the thank you cards?
I've been doing them forever. I'll give you an example. A great showbiz story. Remember Taylor Negron, the comedian?
He was the pizza guy in Fast Times at Ridgemont High. He was in Easy Money with Rodney.
Well, he was a friend, and we went to pitch a TV show at 20th Century Fox to Stuart Kornfeld. I don't know if he's still alive.
I know that name, yeah.
He was with Mel Brooks' producer. Okay. And we walk in, and the first thing he does is, look, someone sent me a thank you card. And he threw it in the trash can. And from that day forward, I sent everybody a thank you card because you know what? How ungrateful was that?
Yeah.
You know, you make a shrine out of it.
Yeah, we do.
I mean, look at the shrine. Look at some of those toys have to go back, but that's not the point. you got Toys for Tots coming up, and I know that's what you're going to do is throw them in the thing and then write it off.
Taylor Negron did the Adiadag. That was his bit, the area rug.
Oh, yeah.
And I went to UCLA for lunch. I remember a lot of his jokes because they were on Evening at the Improv where I first saw you.
He did one of his favorite. That is so 213 area code.
Yeah.
That was one of his biggies. He was a very good guy, very funny. And, he took me to go see Easy Money with Rodney Dangerfield. And who knew years later I'd be working with Rodney. Yeah.
I was at a party in L.A. Watch out, I'm dropping names. And Taylor Negron.
It was a
there.
Party rental center. No, and he was getting a chafing dish and an 8-foot table and 3 chairs.
That's favorite stuff. So I went up to Taylor Negron. I said, hey, look, I'm a comedian. I said, Fast Times at Ridgemont High, Easy Money, went over a bunch of stuff. And he was very nice. And he goes, oh, this is my friend Amy. And I turned, and his friend Amy, I go, oh my God. I didn't even look at her. I was so locked in on it's Amy Heckerling, who directed Fast Times at Ridgemont High, one of my all-time favorites. So I got to talk to her about the movie for like 20 minutes. She's like, oh my God, you really do know the movie that well. I'm like, yeah, it was like, I could tell you where to fast forward certain scenes.
And again, did they tune out at that point? No, do they call the FCC?
No, we have no regulations. Jocktober right now is still in the lead. All right, let's do Line of the Night, ladies and gentlemen. All right, it's time for Line of the Night, Bob. This is where we found something interesting on the internet. Ryan and I, we didn't ask you to do one because you're here. You're here just to be Bob.
Yeah, again, I don't have the expertise in sports that you do.
Right.
As you know, I collect baseball cards still. I have the Steve Garvey card, and I keep it in plastic so it doesn't get the other cards pregnant.
Mr. Clean, he was going to run for governor and president.
No, he's running for Senate in California.
I know, but
up against Adam Schiff. But Adam Schiff, once he is elected senator, he's going to release all that information on Russia collusion.
Okay,
anyway,
we got political there. Moving on to Ryan, what's your line of the night?
Okay, so I will go to baseball. I will go to the 50-50 man himself in Shohei Ohtani. So we're going to look at the past 7 days. Shohei Ohtani is batting 9 for 10 when runners are in scoring position. So on second or third base, 9 for 10, a 900 batting average, the highest batting average with runners in scoring position by any player in Major League Baseball history over a 7-day span. Well, not Major League history, the last 40 years.
He's going to win the MVP, obviously. It will be unanimous. And if he quit baseball today, he's in the Hall of Fame. I mean, just for what he's done in the brief time. He would go to the Hall of Fame, like if he had some injury. And he's going to pitch next year, which everyone forgets about.
Yep.
And
he is amazing. And also the 50-50 thing he did, I just found this out. Yeah. He actually won the bet in the pool. Was that wrong?
He was clear.
I know. Again, it's just a joke. I'm a jokester.
Yes.
These things happen, okay? And it's a good thing. You know, it shows like winning World War II. This is why we have him. That's why you don't see any.
Oh my God.
You don't see any Vietnamese players, okay? We lost that one, people, okay? We lost that one. We gave them baseball.
So, Bob, what?
Why? That's not racist. It's true. We brought baseball over during the occupation.
We did.
You remember when I was a kid, they would make products and it says "Made in Occupied Japan." Do you remember that?
I don't remember that.
Yes, that Ann doesn't, but one. Well, Ryan does because he looks like 50 or 60.
Too much sun. What was my line of the night?
Well, I actually have a second part to mine.
Oh, beautiful. All right.
Oh, sorry.
He's got a B part.
So going back to the night that he hit 50-50
Which, yeah.
in Miami,
Last
there is
week
a
ago
video of the 50-50 home run ball being hit.
The scramble.
Yes, so the scramble for the ball.
Yeah, and there was two guys really bad.
So you're going to see an 18-year-old kid in a red Marlins jersey that has now filed a lawsuit claiming that he had the ball in his possession first, and it was ripped away by the guy that has the ball. So, yeah, 18-year-old kid says he has the ball in his possession there.
Doesn't look like he does.
Yeah, you can't really tell, and I've tried to slow it down and see things, but this man ends up ripping it away and has given it to an auction house to put up for auction now, but there is now a lawsuit over this 50-50 ball.
You know, the kid's not like he's making it up. If you look at his reaction, it's like he did have it.
He said the F word.
Yeah, you know, and this is tough. This is tough. I remember when Lance Armstrong had the same problem trying to grab that ball.
That's a deep cut right there because you have to know that he.
You don't have to know anything. Don't explain it. Let it lie there. Then you'll get comments.
You're Judge Bob Zany. I'm now making you a judge. You're dressed as a judge in the black robe, kind of. What is your what's your take on that? That looks like the kid might have had it, but then the guy ripped it away.
Well, I actually caught the ball that Aaron caught the other night, and I know what this red kid in the red jersey's going through. I had that ball, and she grabbed it out of my hands and said, "It's mine."
Have we thought about doing a local Vegas show one night at a club? Judge Bob Zany, bring people in?
I actually I've done 28 TV pilots, and one was called Zany Court, and it took place in my home where the neighbors would come by and I adjudicate their neighborhood problem. It was a great went to Dick Clark Productions and everything.
Yeah?
You know what Dick said about the show? You're better than the show.
And he said, have you seen Bedroom Buddies yet?
No, God, no one has seen that.
Dick Clark, when The View was big, they did a male version called The Other Side.
Yeah, with Danny Bonaducci. My friend Danny.
There you go. And I was on the show, and Dick Clark did my intro. And I got introduced by Dick Clark. It was when I was promoting.
It's the coolest thing.
And I just said, my dad was a DJ for 40 years. I grew up watching Bandstand.
Wow.
And he gave me this at the end, the Dick Clark sign off.
I was actually on American Bandstand, did stand up.
Are you serious?
Yes. So I've done LL Cool J was one of them, and Tiffany were the other guests.
She got out of the mall.
That gives you an idea of my career. It's an amazing career. And again, this is the end, my friend.
No, doing the
end.
Do you know what LL Cool J, you know what the LL stands for?
Low life?
No. Ladies love Cool James. LL Cool J.
He's a great guy. I love him on NCIS LA. I mean, he's a great actor.
You just leave CBS on and watch all the procedurals?
No, I stream, okay? I know you have a problem with your stream, but that's not, again, this show's not brought to you by Flomax.
All right, what is my line of the night?
Your line of the night looked at a tweet from Jose Canseco.
Thank you very much. All right, I forgot about this. So, Oakland A's. Now, you're from California. I don't know how familiar you are with Oakland, but you know the name Jose Canseco.
Yes.
Okay.
And Mark McGuire.
There
okay,
you
I can
go.
go down the list. I'm not an idiot.
So anyway, there was a guy that apparently last night, that's the last series at the Coliseum, right? And so people are ripping chairs out to take as souvenirs. So someone posted, Bob Nightingale, who I actually follow, said, security chasing a man with a stolen stadium seat outside the Oakland Coliseum. So Jose Canseco, trying to be funny, said, sorry, my bad, as if it was him.
Oh.
So there you go. So I just thought that was kind of funny by Jose Canseco, who, by the way, Jose Canseco and you have a relationship, don't you, Ryan?
He does follow me on Twitter.
He follows you on Twitter.
Wow.
Look at that. Jose Canseco.
And by the way, it actually wasn't Jose that stole the seat. It was the kid in the red jersey.
From the Shohei ball?
Huh?
From the Shohei ball.
Yeah.
No, the ball that
was Shohei. Shohei.
This is called a callback.
I know.
Are you thrown off by your red shirt? What happened? Did Pizza Hut close early?
My God. I think red it's a good color on me.
It's a good, blue eyes though, right?
Bluish green, it depends.
Oh yeah, it depends on what. If you're wearing an adult diaper? Am I too quick for these people?
No, not at all.
Do you understand how much I'm giving back right now?
I do.
Let's take a look at our joke tote board.
Here we go. Bum, 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 doing the timpani like Ed and Jerry. You did the
I used to wait. Before they introduced me on the telethon, I would hear the Tiffany and the money would turn over, and Ed or Norm Crosby or Jerry would say, look what Bob did. He brought in that money, and I didn't bring it in. I knew that. But you know what? It's important, Ryan, to believe things.
Yeah.
You believe that you're 38 and it's almost over. 40.
So listen, this is a segment we do all month of September because you come down here. If you want to do, you want to be the display. If you'd like
you
to
told me,
display
should I just hold it right now? Or?
Yeah, hold it. This is like we're doing like the old Tonight Show where we're doing an in.
This is very exciting. Let me move my Soft Point water complimentary.
What do you have there now?
Huh?
What is that?
This is very exciting. This is 80 proof. And again, that's pretty high up there. That's what you drink just before the show. It's a moonshine.
It's cherry lemon moonshine from City Light Shines.
City Light Shines, but who is the
That's Brendan Gaughan. Brendan, who hosted this morning, hosted Gone Racing, which you can watch over on South Point Studios YouTube channel. He and Jeff Motley cover NASCAR, give you picks for NASCAR races, which is a lot of fun. I did the show a few weeks ago. So you can come down to the South Point in the month of September. You play slots enough, you earn points, you can win a free bottle of this moonshine. All sorts of good flavors, watermelon, salted caramel. So anything to promote the promotion, we came up with Moonshine Moonshots, where we see every home run that was hit last night. And Ryan's got a nice graphic. So here we go. We see Wyatt Langford hit one. Bob hit a home run with every joke he's done so far. Mitch Garver.
That wasn't a home. Where were we looking? Oh, over
see
here.
The names. And then we get to the final one, which is the farthest home run. And who was the farthest home run last night, Ryan?
Byron Buxton.
He's
twin, that has actually played more games than he has since 2017.
And how far was the home run?
450 feet.
Here it is. Wow. Here's the shot. That is at Target Field, correct?
Yes, in Minnesota.
In Minnesota.
110 off the bat.
How? 110?
110 off the bat. Yep, 450
110 miles
feet.
an hour off the bat. That's how hard he hit it.
You know, it's amazing because a lot of people will watch sports, at home and think, I could hit that ball.
Right.
I went to the batting cage 20 miles an hour. I couldn't hit that ball.
I'm telling you.
But, until you do it, you can't really, think you can do it.
Yeah.
I think it was Socrates who said, isn't that sad? You all got quiet like I'm going to quote Socrates.
I did. I thought something profound was coming.
No, nothing.
Well, it's coming at you.
Oh, my God, it's the fish bowl.
It's the punch bowl.
Oh, the punch bowl.
Punch bowl. We even have a little graphic. It's very soothing.
This could be called fish bowls.
We could do fish bowls. There it is. Look, it's very soothing, just like the South Point.
Here, let me do that then. What we're doing now.
Yeah, grab one of those and you'll.
And then we got a winner?
Well, no, it's a topic of conversation. We're related to gambling. By the way, you can come down and get your parlay cards. Chris Andrews, our sportsbook director, has the parlay cards out. Reverse teaser card, half point card. We got them all, right, Ryan?
Yep, reverse teaser, half teaser, ties win special, and super teaser.
Best odds in town. Come down to the South Point.
Okay, the topic is, have I ever been to a Roman bath?
That's not what I wrote.
Oh, that's not it. Sorry. It must be wishful thinking.
What does that one say?
Tonight's game is between the Giants and the Cowboys.
Giants and the Cowboys.
Name your 3 favorite Giants and your 3 favorite Cowboys ever.
Yeah.
So basically, it's real easy to do.
Yes.
I mean, can I just say one real quick?
I'd like to hear your 3 favorite Cowboys.
Well, Roger Staubach.
Okay.
And then there's Roger Staubach.
Right, he's great.
And I can't believe that Roger Staubach is
He's so good you love him 3 times. Now, I thought for sure you would say John Wayne, Gary Cooper,
oh, that's funny.
Clint Eastwood. There you go. I'll sign you up.
Yeah, you could have done that. That would have been funny. Why would you give it to me like that? See, you're so giving.
I am. I'm
you really are.
over here.
And again, this really needs to be cleaned. This is filthy.
It's from Savers.
And
I did clean
It's
it.
from Savers.
Here.
Did you get it from Savers?
I did. $6.
That's still a lot.
So, 3 favorite Giants, and Ryan, I have a feeling I know one of your favorite Giants.
Yeah, very easily at the top, Daniel Bellinger.
Daniel Bellinger, who he played football with, and is from Vegas.
Yep.
And is on the current roster.
Yep.
Wow.
Well, because I'm debating between Strahan and Tuck.
Oh, I go Strahan, even though I hate him as a host. But he was a
I
great
love
player.
Justin Tuck.
Although the sack against Favre to this day is a joke.
Yeah.
Anyway, TJ Watt.
Tiki was good.
Tiki Barber, good one. Also, Jolly Green Giant, acceptable as an answer.
Really?
Lawrence
Okay,
Taylor,
there's
but I
a
never got to
giant.
see Lawrence Taylor.
Again, wow. Do you have like an earpiece or this just off the top of your head?
Ants feeding me these
Ants
jokes.
feeding. Ants not even listening to the show.
Andre the Giant.
Ah, very nice.
3 favorite
Willie McCovey.
Willie McCovey was a Giant.
He was a
Technically
giant.
Technically
He
right.
was a
3
giant.
favorite Cowboys. I go Tony Dorsett because he went to Pitt, and even though I hate the Cowboys, I love Tony Dorsett.
Really nice.
Roger Staubach.
Yeah.
And Roger Staubach.
Yeah, it is. That is a tougher one, but you know.
I hated them. I hated.
So what happens now when we've done this?
Throw that, crumple it up, throw it out. All right, go to the next one. There's some
more
tailored towards you. Okay, maybe that's one of them. Let's see here. Oh,
That was a good.
How long do you think Frank will last in this job?
Well, you know, we're coming up on a year next week.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
we're going to miss you. What's the greatest sporting event you ever attended?
Oh, there you go.
I like that.
Yeah, that's a good one.
No, I don't have any. No, actually, I did see Bo Jackson hit a double at the new White Sox Stadium back in the early 90s, obviously. Cool. I was playing at the Laugh Factory there. They got me tickets. And they had the old White Sox Stadium still being demolished.
Was still there.
Yeah, it was still being demolished. You know what I'm talking about because you're from Chicago, right?
Yes.
Keith is a behind-the-scenes guy, which means he has no talent to be in front of the scenes.
That is not true. He's very
So that was a great sporting event. Rodney Dangerfield took me to a boxing match at the MGM Grand, and I have the who performed, I forget, Ben Barkley, I think, or something. Anyway, point is, we go in, it's Rodney, we sit down, knockout. Game and the fight's over.
That's it.
That was it. So that was the greatest. How about you, Frank?
I would say I was at the Super Bowl 43 when the Steelers beat the Arizona Cardinals in Tampa, sitting on the 40, 50-yard line, got a ticket the day before, face value. So that. Super
that's
Bowl.
nice.
Saw my team
Ryan, how about you?
I've got 3 options.
All right.
Okay, well, we're going to go with one.
So
because really, we got time. We got Joe coming up with the pick.
So my very first hockey game ever was a triple overtime game 1 of the Stanley Cup Finals between the Chicago Blackhawks and the Boston Bruins. I also went to the cup clinching for the Vegas Golden Knights against the Florida Panthers a couple years ago, game 5.
Right.
They scored 9 goals. I saw Mark Stone score a hat trick in a game clinching Stanley Cup Final game. I've also been to see my team, the North Carolina Tar Heels, win the national championship in the 2017 Final Four in Arizona. So, shout out to my parents for those.
Ryan, you've inspired me. Actually, the greatest game I've ever been to was the Las Vegas Aviators against the El Paso Chihuahuas, where I was able to throw out the 4th pitch of the first pitch.
Now, a lot of celebrities throw out the first pitch.
Hey, you know what? It was very cool. I got real close.
There it is again.
There it is.
There's the 4th pitch.
And you know where I screwed up? And this is me not really doing anything for a month, you know? I wanted to look at the catcher and go,
yeah, shake them off, right?
Yeah, and I didn't.
Yeah.
But they were hurrying me along. And then I learned something.
What's that?
You don't step on the foul line. That's bad luck.
That's bad luck. Yeah, it's a superstition.
I mean, that's what Andy told me. And then I said, Andy, put your hair in a bun.
And do you have a greatest sporting event at all? I don't know, Sean or Jerry, anyone?
You're not going to like it.
Oh, no.
No, I went the year that the Chargers went to the Super Bowl.
Oh, we talked about in '94.
No, but it wasn't the playoff game. It was the final game of the
Super Bowl.
No, the series.
The regular season.
Regular seaon. The Steelers were in San Diego.
Oh, okay.
And I went and saw that live. It was my first football game live.
There you go. It's a great event.
And little did she know, years later, she'd be working with someone from Pittsburgh.
Exactly.
And this is how it all works, ladies and gentlemen. If you just keep thinking the secret.
The secret. Did you ever play the Funny Bone in Pittsburgh?
I did. I taped a Comcast Comedy Spotlight.
Really?
I was a host there, and I think is it over at Faneuil Hall? No, that's
Faneuil Hall's at Pitt. No, Faneuil Hall's Boston.
Boston, right? No, but it was where the old steel mill used to be, where they had the strike.
Station Square, maybe.
Yeah. But that's where they had the strike in the early 1900s, where a lot of guys died.
I don't remember that. You remember that? I don't remember.
I don't remember. It's called history. It's all in a book, Frank.
All right, pull out a few more, though. We got time.
We got time.
Yeah,
Good.
we got time.
We're killing time to Joe.
We can speed roll them. Speed roll them.
Hurricane Helena is causing the Mets CS Braves series to be postponed if necessary.
To be versus VS. I kind of hit the wrong key, I guess.
Okay. On Monday. What should the teams do to kill time today and tomorrow?
Right, so the Braves and Mets are off for 2 days. They're in the heat of a pennant race, and they got a couple days off because the hurricane's coming in.
Is it in Atlanta?
They were going to be in New York, actually.
Oh, good.
Or was it Atlanta?
It was in Atlanta.
It was in Atlanta. Yeah. Well, New York is getting tertiary.
Well, I'm flying out of Atlanta to get back on Sunday, so I don't know that's going to happen now.
Oh, wait, you what?
I'm flying to Indianapolis, and I'm connecting through Atlanta on the way back Sunday.
How does that make any sense?
Yeah, I know. Whoa. He's wondering.
No, I'm just the planes,
Yeah,
from Indianapolis.
I don't.
That's Delta. You're on Delta.
Corner.
I'm on Delta.
Yeah, well, you're on Delta. If a Delta flight, you're going through Atlanta.
Ryan, what do you think the kids on the team should do for 2 days?
What should they do for a couple days?
Definitely not play Uno. That will ruin the team chemistry.
Uno is actually a deal breaker for you. Did you have a bad?
It gets heated.
There's something.
Did you get the dose and you didn't understand?
No, I got it. Trace actually.
Trace, wow,
yeah.
Cinco. You had me at Cinco. Go ahead.
Nagel might have an opinion on that one.
Yeah, we should. We'll call him on Friday. We'll call him tomorrow. We'll call Danny on the
They might
air
have
tomorrow.
something going on. Hey, this is a great one.
Yeah.
Who was your favorite comedians growing up?
Yeah, I just thought that was the one written for you.
Well, I would say Rickles, obviously.
Don Rickles, yeah.
Don Rickles, Johnny Carson, and Rodney was, but I don't know if he was. He came a little later.
Yeah.
And Steve Martin. He's the whole
There you
reason
go. Yeah.
I became a stand-up. Because in high school he was the guy. He was selling out the stadiums.
Wild and crazy guy. Comedy is not pretty. Those
and
albums.
5 years later, after I graduated from high school, I was hired by Steve Martin to do a TV show called George Burns Comedy Week. Yes, that George Burns.
Yeah.
He was the executive producer, and I met him. I had my own trailer, and you want to meet Steve? And
Yeah.
I went over, and Steve started doing this.
No, he did.
Yeah, he did. I'm going, really? You're not off?
He can't turn it off. Yeah, Steve Martin for me too. Steve Martin. Robert Klein was a big one for me.
Robert, I never met Robert.
I haven't met him. People say, "Oh, you don't meet your heroes."
You never want to meet your hero,
He's old,
especially if
so-
they're sandwiches.
Right.
Is that Joe? Joe looks great. My God.
We'll get Joe on soon.
My God. Hey, Joe, I'm Bob Zany. I'm a comedian.
Talking to Joe yet.
Oh.
But we're
But
gonna
look at
in
him.
5 minutes. No, we're
Look
just
at those
making sure the
glasses.
signal
My
works.
God.
I don't give him it. We gotta give him it. All right. I think that was all.
One more.
Oh my God.
Caitlin Clark's season is over. What's next for her?
Yeah, what do we
Ryan,
do?
what do you think?
Oh boy. Don't play Uno.
Well, she could probably play Uno.
Well, she's not going to be training for the Olympics.
She's actually
No,
going to
they
be
didn't
doing
take-
play-by-play for one of these postseason playoff games.
Oh, totally. Right. That's a great idea.
Yeah.
Yeah. They should.
I think the Phillies had actually already invited her to do it, or
The Phillies?
or the Brewers have.
Are you kidding me? To do radio or TV?
To come in for like an inning.
Oh man, that would be great. All right, I think that was all. of them.
That was it. But what we're going to do now is this was bought at Savers,
It was.
ladies and gentlemen, for $6. We're going to start at 7. At 7, Frank will autograph the bottom of it.
I'm turning a profit.
Right? Let's see where it was made. Oh, guess where it was made?
Occupy Japan.
Japan?
No.
Come on, the callback. I
Finally.
thought you were doing it, and I beat
Finally.
you.
Oh, my
beat you to the
God.
punch.
He can finally be funny. How far into the show? 37 minutes into the show.
All right, we
and
got
finally
picks-
you're witty.
Picks at 12:36 coming at you right now. Then we got Joe D'Amico coming on. So we got a graphic here. Listen, you can hear me and Jeff harmonizing. Listen to this. Punchline picks at 12:36.
I like it.
Yeah, pretty good. Jerry auto-tuned it. Jerry's actually the one who did most of the work. He did the heavy lifting on that. That's Jerry.
Jerry, you did a great job, and I'm thinking about doing something like that for my career. So
Well,
give
if you
me
need
your
a-
card.
If you need a musician, he's a very talented guitar player. You can
Yeah.
follow him on YouTube.
I'm
and
sure,
all the channels.
we all have dreams. I don't know what to tell you, Jerry. Right now, just do your little job over there, okay?
Everyone's doing our little job
It's,
here. All
it's
right.
like every time I go to the doctor and the doctor finds out I'm a comedian or knows I'm a comedian, says, I was thinking about being a comedian. I go, look, why don't we get me well, then I'll make some calls.
You know my doctor, right? What was your doctor's
Dr.
name?
Vunin Bumba.
Dr. Vunin Bumba. Hey, all right. That's a Rodney joke. All right, I got 3 picks. I'm going to do 3. I've never done Sean, write this down. I'm doing a triple parlay, same game parlay. I am taking CeeDee Lamb over yards. Now, we talked about this the other day with Alex. I think it's around 80. He knows he had a horrible game last week. He apologized for it. He's going to come out fired up. So I take the over on CeeDee Lamb's yards. Another prop. Daniel Jones to throw at least throw 1 interception. This is my favorite prop bet. I root for failure. I root for quarterbacks to fail.
No, you don't.
No, well, for Daniel Jones. I think he's
Okay.
going to throw 1. He's also going to throw a couple touchdowns to your guys. So, and then the last thing is my other favorite thing. Me and B-Town Dummy called the Chucker. It's the longest pass completion. Daniel Jones over 33.5. I feel Malik Neighbors, who Ryan has on his fantasy team, will get at least a couple deep balls. So that's a 3. I've never done this. 3-team same game parlay. CeeDee Lamb over yards. Daniel Jones throw pick. Daniel Jones longest completion.
And you're going to
33.
place that bet.
I will place it.
And what could you win?
On a triple parlay, I mean, if it's $10, we pay 60, 50.
Around there. You had
Doesn't seem like a lot because that's a lot of work what you just did.
Really
I mean,
wasn't.
this is the show prep that people are looking for.
No, with
at the
prep-
Punchlines.
No, when we do
studio.
picks, we're going to have Joe D'Amico on in 1 minute. He's going to do the
Hey,
picks.
Joe looks fantastic.
Do you have
Look
a
at
pick
Joe.
game?
I do.
Can he hear me?
He
Can
won't
you hear me,
he
Joe?
can hear you,
Just
but
do
we'll
that,
let
Joe.
him
he can hear you.
We're on
yeah.
time delay. He can hear me good.
All right, Ryan, you have a pick?
I do, but I actually wanted to give you guys some trends and graphics before I get into my picks real quick. So looking at
You know what? Let's do it after because Joe's on the schedule. Let's do your pick after. Let's get Joe on. So, ladies and gentlemen, I have a nice intro for this gentleman. I want to make sure I do it. He is world champion handicapper and Las Vegas's biggest daily sports bettor, Joe D'Amico, my buddy. Put the headphones on. Joe, what's happening, buddy?
Hey, Frank, honored and excited to be here with you, my buddy Ryan. Bob Zany, one of the funniest guys on the planet. To be honest with you, I only accepted to do this show because he was going to be on the same show. So just want you to know, Bob, it's an honor to be here with you, buddy.
Hey, Joe, thank you. And I actually heard that you were going to be on the show, and I almost canceled. It's a tough business, Joe. It's tough.
That's great. I got to tell you, though, I do like your suit. That's great.
It's great. I look like an insurance salesman who hasn't sold a policy in 5 years, and they're keeping me around for the white guy quota.
Actually, Bob, your suit looks like the lining to my suits. I just want to tell you that.
Very. Grazie, prego. Okay? Si parli Italiano. Okay, malocchio. What, do you want to play the game? I have an Uncle Jim. I have an Uncle Jim.
Okay, all right. So, Joe, welcome to the program, buddy. It's been a while since we've seen you. And by the way, your office, look, your backdrop is the coolest. Look at all that memorabilia.
Much better than Kevin's.
Much better than Kevin's.
Yeah. It's beautiful in there. Is that like a freezer that you put the balls in?
No,
it's not Armstrong.
That's the freezer I put the guys I don't like in.
There's some holes in the desert,
well,
too.
Listen, hey, look at that time.
Bob's got to go. So anyway, Joe, what's your most prized possession and all that stuff there? Which one?
Well, in all sincerity, I represented our country in the Little League World Series, got the MVP. I got the game ball. I also got my son's first home run ball from Little League in there, but I have a Dream Team ball.
Oh, wow.
I have Bill Russell, University of San Francisco, autographed game-used jersey. I got some Walter Payton stuff in there. I got some whole team stuff. I got a Pittsburgh Steelers championship signed by every member of the team that isn't incarcerated right now. So there's 3 guys I got signatures. But, no, I've got quite a bit in there. I've got Mike Tyson the night he unified the title, his robe and and shorts. Up here, autographed to me. I got some Jordan, Gretzky, Aikman, Derek Jeter.
Oh, my God.
Game worn and signed to me stuff.
And what's your address?
Hey, Joe, can I just say something? 1 or 2 would have been enough.
Yeah, but everybody out there wants more.
I know. Joe, again, I'm just a comedian. I don't know how to handicap you, okay?
And by the way, if you look in the corner, you can see Lance Armstrong's other ball.
Wow. Seriously? This is a family show, Frank.
No,
okay? You orphans that host shows don't get it.
All right. So, Joe, we're glad to have you on. And we've been texting back and forth. And you said you had to play on tonight, one on Saturday, one on Sunday. We know you're a busy man, so we're going to turn it over to you and hear what you got happening.
Well, thank you, Frank. For tonight, guys, back in August, many out there felt the Cowboys were not just a contender for the division's top spot, but also for the NFC title. Nearly a month later, they're tied with the New York Giants in the NFC East at 1-2. Not only that, but this team comes in here off back-to-back embarrassing defeats. Their stop unit has been burned for over 72 points just in the last 2 weeks. It's no secret Cowboys owner Jerry Jones read the team and the coaching staff the riot act last week. Last time he did that, guys, they came back to go on a very big hot streak. I just want you to know, in my opinion, if they don't win this game here tonight with authority, the entire first half of the season, not just the first month, but the next month as well, is going to be in the toilet for this team before they turn things around. They play their rival, as you know, the New York Giants. They come off their first victory of the season, a 21-15 road win at the Cleveland Browns. But let's pump the brakes there a little bit, Giants fans. Let's not give them too much credit.
Yeah.
The Browns are an absolute mess. Having said that, guys, New York is averaging a mere 15 points per game. They've turned the ball over 5 times. This does not bode well, Frank, when facing an angry Dallas stop unit looking for a little redemption. On the other side of the ball, I doubt very much the Giants' lackluster defense is going to be able to slow down, let alone stop the number 1 passing offense in the NFL. I feel Dak Prescott is going to have his best game of the season thus far, and it's going to allow them to open up their sputtering running game, get back on their feet, and roll here. This game is going to get ugly. It's going to be a double-digit victory. Let me put it this way, Frank.
Yeah.
I feel the Giants are going to wake up tomorrow feeling like they drank the punch at a P. Diddy party. That's how I feel.
Wow, he's topical.
Wow, very nicely done, my friend.
Topical. That was topical.
P. Diddy, a punch. There's so much going on in that one, Joey.
Absolutely.
You mind if I call you Joey? By the way, it was amazing what you just did because I am going to put I'm going to put $100 on green now. Anyway, no idea what he said. It's a roulette. It's roulette. Okay.
There's a roulette machine right here. You can go out there and do.
They actually have tables still.
But they do.
There's a machine for you, Frank, because you need the air.
We have everything here at the South Point. All right, so you like Dallas big tonight. I think
Absolutely.
Okay, all right, Dallas big. Who's your all-time favorite Dallas Cowboy? We asked a favorite Cowboy, favorite Giant.
Bar none, you're going to see him right over my shoulder, Moose Johnston.
Oh, yeah, Moose.
The Moose. I love him. I've got every jersey in the world signed. I got Barry Sanders, high school All-American McDonald's jersey over there. I put Moose behind me because he's one of my favorite players of all time.
Okay.
By the way, Joe, I got a quick question about Moose Johnson. Now, Johnson is a nickname, right?
I hope so. Otherwise, we know why we're so popular in the locker room, Bob.
That's right.
Moose Johnson. I forget. I had a joke loaded up. Oh, yeah. I was going to say because he has all this memorabilia.
Joe would be a great actor because he knows, look, he's doing something with his hands.
Right.
He's looking very, he's authoritative.
He is.
And again, not like you when you're doing stand-up. It's pathetic, Frank. You go out there and they can sense the weakness. They sense it already in the debate. Go ahead. Joe. So
Joe.
Dallas tonight, I'm going to go bet Dallas, okay?
Dallas.
What should I do?
Dallas.
How much? $10?
Bet Dallas. They'll win by double digits. I like them at 4.5. I know the line creeped up to 6 just before this show. It was at 6. I like them. They're going to win by 7 to 10 points, no problem.
All right,
Okay, my wife Erin is fascinated by all this. So thank you, Joe. She's listening at home right now with the dog. By the way, she's very happy
really
to
is.
be with the dog. I'm thinking it's like a 3-second delay, right? I mean, you're going to have more memorabilia by the time I'm done talking.
All right, so let's move on to Saturday college football's lineup.
All right, big game, marquee matchup Saturday. Sooners, Tigers. I think the line is off here, guys. I feel it should be under a touchdown for the visitor, between 6 and 6.5 points favorites for the Oklahoma Sooners. Maybe the line is short because true freshman Michael Hawkins Jr. is going to be under center. On the flip side, the Tigers won't be declaring their starting quarterback until Friday, the earliest, maybe even Saturday before game time. One thing for sure, guys, whoever lines up across from the Oklahoma stop unit is going to be facing the most talented defense they have gone up against so far this season. Granted, the Sooners will be on the road here for the first time in the 2024 campaign, but their defense is so strong, equally balanced, it's scary. Please understand the big mismatch here is going to be between the defense and the struggling offense of the Tigers, which have already committed 14 turnovers. There's no way the Tigers, it's horrible. They look like, can I tell you, they look like the Pirates when they're in the outfield. Anyway, I think there's no way the Tigers' offensive unit is going to turn the ball over multiple times here. One more thing, if you're concerned about Oklahoma having Texas up next, don't be, because they have a bye week before the Longhorns matchup. And just in case you didn't know, Frank, Auburn has to travel to Georgia next week to take on the Bulldogs. So that negates each other, the look-ahead situation. This game means a lot to both teams, but I think it means a little bit more to the Sooners, which desperately need a conference victory. OU all the way here, guys.
So he's got a Western theme going so far.
No, it was fantastic what Joe did there. Yeah. And you probably didn't see that, but I think that team should make Apple turnovers and sell them after the and that's where you make the bucks, the big bucks, Frank. Okay,
that's our cash
and they're
cow.
the Sooners. They'll get here
later. All right, and then we're going to look at the NFL, which everyone loves, of course. NFL. What are you thinking about Sunday's games?
Frank, there's two marquee matchups on Sunday. The first being the late game, the Bills-Ravens matchup. But the other one, and I love this, I love the NFC North matchup between the Vikings and Packers. I'm not wearing purple for no reason, folks. I love the Vikings here. Big news, Frank. Jordan Love, his status as of just before the show, he's still listed as questionable. Reports are he did take snaps yesterday, and he's looking pretty good. I think giving the visiting Vikings points is a big mistake. Many naysayers out there are waiting for a shoe to drop on Minnie, and I'm here to tell you the team, which, by the way, is not just 3-0 straight up, 3-0 against the number as well. I think this team is going to continue to win this week, whether Love plays or not. Malik Willis, hey, in his defense, he's won back-to-back games for Green Bay. But no matter who is under center for the Packers this week, this defense will be the toughest they face yet. And let's face it, the Vikings stop unit ranked second in points allowed, yielding just 10 points per game. Second against the rush, and have already snagged 5 takeaways. That will be enough for me here, my friends. However, Sam Darnold leads the third highest scoring offense in the NFL. They're averaging over 28.3 a game, equally strong on the ground as they are in the air. Let's not forget Minnie is also seeking some vengeance. Last December 31st, 35-10 loss while they were sliding at the end of the regular season. Green Bay, which ranks number 1 in football rushing the ball, will just not have the same success they've had against recent opponents here. One more item, guys, and this is the cherry on the sundae for me. Vikings running back Aaron Jones gets his first crack in Lambeau against the team he spent his first 7 years of his career with, guys. This, to me, is the cherry on the sundae. I like the Viking outright, but I'll take the points at Minnesota here.
I love it. All right,
this guy's amazing.
He is.
Joe, I don't know how you do it. By the way, is that watch on your hand also Mike Tyson's championship belt?
No, Bob, I got a Napoleon complex. God's got a great sense of humor.
How tall are you, Joe?
What?
How tall are you, Joe?
Like every other Italian in Sicilian, I'm like 4'2". But we got no war. Listen, we got no war.
You look 4'5" in that chair.
I'm about 5'7". I'm about 5'7", but I weigh in at about 202. So
you look great, Joe. I mean, you're a very impressive man. I've never heard of you. I've never met you. I know you're a huge fan of mine, and I wanted to say something.
I appreciate you, Bob, but I'm married. I appreciate you, Bob, but I want to stop the train at the tracks. I'm into chicks. Thanks a lot for
But I'm sorry, but Joe, it's my bye week. There you go. There it is.
Great one.
There it is. There it is. We brought it home.
Oh, my God. All right, so listen, we like you got the Cowboys tonight, you got the Sooners on Saturday, and the Vikings, that Aaron Jones thing, I forgot about that. And Ryan, of course, Green Bay Packers.
Suck.
He hates Green Bay. So
Joe, do you have a hobby? Because all this knowledge, my God, it's amazing. Do you knit or something? Are you a knitter?
No, I do stand up in my part.
Oh, you do?
No, I don't. No.
No, you don't want to do that. Watch Frank Set on YouTube, and you'll never want to do it.
He's come to a couple shows since I've been in town.
I know.
I go to see Frank anytime I could here in town. He's one of my favorite comedians.
I'm going to be at Wise
all the time.
I'm going to be at Wise Guys in the Arts District, November 1 and 2. Come on out. I'd love you to be out there, Joe.
There you go.
November 1 and 2, right after Halloween. Frank's going to dress up like a mummy.
I don't know if you understand that the comedy club is Wise Guys. I don't know if Joe knows what that.
Oh, I'm sorry. I wasn't talking about your family.
I know. I get you. That was a good setup, Frank. I saw that one coming. I'll be honest with you.
No, it's called Wise Guys.
Wise Guys. I see a lot of comedians, both at the one in the Arts District and the one downtown. Great comedy club. We've been there quite a few times in the last few months. I'll be there November 1st. I'll be there.
Yeah, we'll take care of you, Frank. Just get a hold of Frank. Just send him. He's got that pager that he got from Hezbollah.
Oh, Jesus.
So they're really cheap now, I hear.
There's we put that up there. We put the graphic up there. Joe, we know you got a thing to do at 1 o'clock with ESPN, so we're going to let you go. Absolutely outstanding job. A home run from Joe D'Amico. Joe D'Amico, everybody.
Joe.
Thank you, Joe. Oh, my God. That was great.
Thank you.
What a great shot. And
did you see what he did there? He said, "Have a winning day." You don't think that positively?
I missed it. No, I took my
it's always like, "Hey, loser, you want to go on the show?" But Joe says, "Have a winning day." This is a winner. This man's a winner. Okay, Joe, please get off the screen. I can't talk. Now it's getting creepy.
That's Ann's call. That's all up to Ann.
I was going to be positive and nice, and he won't go away. There's no ESPN. He's going to be calling Time Warner to get his cable back on. Because he spent so much money on memorabilia that he can't afford his cable anymore. I'm sorry, and have I crossed lines already?
I think it's freeze. He's freeze frame now. See that? There you go. Leave that there for the rest of the show.
That's actually his profile pic on It's Just Lunch.
Real quick, before we get to Ryan's pick, because we'll have a pick here. Today's September 26, 2024. Yeah, you can take those off now.
I didn't know. Give me a signal.
I should have. I'm sorry.
I thought if you if you wore a suit and didn't dress casually, you'd care about the show.
So today, I want you to know the national holiday today. It's National Johnny Appleseed Day. How do you celebrate Johnny Appleseed Day?
Well, it's really hard because my seed has been everywhere, and especially in the Johnny.
It's Shamu. I put Shamu. It's Shamu the Whale Day.
Oh my God, Shamu! And I don't think it's the original Shamu. I think it's now it's
like James Bond. There's been several Shamus.
They've gone through a lot of Shamu at SeaWorld, by the way.
That's right. It's National Alpaca Day.
I love alpacas. You go to Lake Tahoe, everywhere you go, there's an alpaca shop.
I've never been there.
Oh yeah, well, it's because they have casinos and you perform.
Right. I need the name. That's Love Note Day, and I figure with a thank you, you could write a love note.
I got you a little something here.
Okay, there you go.
Roses are red, violets are blue.
Yeah.
Who the hell is Frank?
It's also Lumberjack Day.
Oh, I love Lumberjack Day.
doesn't?
You know, I want to get some brawny towels just thinking about it.
National Chimichanga Day.
Oh, yeah. The chimichanga, I'm a burrito guy.
Yeah, me
but
too.
what the chimichanga did for the chimmy and the chongas, and that whole country has really come together, the chimichangas.
And then last but not least, National Dumpling Day. I do love a good dumpling.
Dumplings are great. And you have, I think, one right over here, but with all the Botox, it's filled in.
This is all natural. And
It
celebrity
is not.
bir-
It's
it
not.
is.
It is not. It's sheep urine injections into your butt. You're doing things, Frank. You're doing things, and it's not going to work out.
Celebrity birthday, one of the greatest tennis players of all time, Serena Williams, turns 43. So what we do is we put them all in the AI machine. We combine all those days with Serena Williams, and here's what we got. There's Serena Williams playing tennis. Was
That's
it
an
whale?
alpaca eating a chimichanga.
Was Shamu? That is an alpaca eating a chimichanga.
Yeah.
And then
And that's Joe. He's freeze framed, where he just found out he has a sore on his lip.
I wish you could
Can
see
the folks
freeze
see this
frame.
at home?
No, they can't see that.
Okay.
All
How
right,
about the
let's-
studio where
let's-
the
let's
countdown
keep-
of?
let's-
Look at that! I got 4.5 minutes,
There it
and
is.
there's hope.
That's what we were looking at. All right, Ryan. So, Ryan, you had some information you
Yes,
wanted to give on a
Ryan.
pick as well.
Yeah. So
Please do.
the first one I want to look at, it was the same account that we showed yesterday with the anytime touchdown parlay, but we're going to look at the Thursday trends for this game tonight first. So your line mate on X, Twitter, whatever you want to call it, posted alternate line trends for tonight's game. Malik Neighbors has had at least 50 receiving yards each of his 3 games to start his career. Dak Prescott has gone over 225 passing yards in 6 of his last 7.
A lot of good stuff.
Devin Singletary at least 60 total yards in 9 of 10. Jake Ferguson having 4 catches or 40 yards in 7 of 9 or
Jones.
8 of 9. Yeah, Daniel Jones having 200 plus
Yeah, I like that.
passing rushing yards in each of the games this season. CeeDee Lamb over 60
That's my
receiving
CD
yards.
over right there. Yeah.
But that one's just 60. So again, alternate lines. So kind of like looking, if you build a same game parlay,
yeah.
so you can get CeeDee Lamb to have 69 yards. CeeDee
so
Lamb
you can up
6
it so it
catches.
increases your payout.
Yeah. So you
Oh,
you
okay.
can change things on same game parlays depending on the book that you go to. But this is just some trends to keep
That's
in
great.
mind.
That's something that you people at home should screenshot and take that information that Ryan has provided. That's good. I like it. Yeah, it's going to be, Giants, Cowboys, I don't like them, but I'm going to watch a game.
And then we're going to go to back to yesterday, the one that we showed you with the anytime touchdown
Streaking in
streaks.
the end zone.
So Breece Hall, Justin Jefferson, David Montgomery, all the names that you see listed there. Our guy Caden up in Utah decided to put together a full parlay of all of these touchdowns.
How many is that?
13 legs. $10 would pay $354,000.
300. Could you use 354 grand?
You know, money's not important to me. That's why I'm doing this show.
All right, we got to do that part. We have to match that parlay. So I need
Just
a screen
keeping-
grab of that.
keeping that one in
absolutely.
mind.
If Caden does
See,
it,
that's
I'm
a real parlay. And you're talking about doing something for $60.
Three, I know. Well,
It's a lot of work, Frank.
I know,
Seriously.
but- I know, but-
Think of the big picture just once, okay? You're coming up on a year anniversary. I'm
Yeah.
sure they're going to get you a cupcake. They're not going to get you a cake. That's expensive. Get them a
from-
cupcake,
They have the
okay?
big chocolate chip cookie over there too.
Oh, you like those?
I like those.
They're pretty big, aren't they? You don't need it.
All right,
Not
what
with
else do you have
that,
here?
not with that skin tone.
And one final
Daniel
one.
Dimes.
sorry,
Danny
Brian.
Dimes.
Possibly going to Joe D'Amico's side. Daniel Jones in NFL primetime is 1-13 straight up. He's actually never won a game that wasn't on a Sunday in the NFL.
So he's never won a Thursday.
He's
or
never
Monday.
won on Thursday, never won on Monday. I think that's actually 0-6.
That's
is
worse
the,
than
is the
Kirk
total
Cousins.
number there.
Wow.
So
And
yeah.
Danny-
That's not good.
sorry, we just caught you yawning. Are we keeping you up? Or
No,
I'm
I was
sorry.
just thinking about your act.
Okay.
You really want to play this game? Okay, I'm human. I yawn. Okay?
Okay.
It's nothing to do with Ryan. You're riveting. My God. You know, I could
don't need
listen
you
to
to
you
lie.
religiously, but then I want to give you up for Lent.
All right. So Danny Dimes, did you make that Danny Dimes logo?
No, Kate
that
put
looks
that
good.
one
It looks good. All right, cool. Anything else on that?
So no, those are the things that I wanted to keep in mind for tonight's
So
plays.
you were just giving us good information. That's awesome.
Yeah.
I really appreciate it. By the way, Bob, these are flags. Like in the NFL, you can throw this if there's anything you disagree with.
Oh, really? I thought this is where you keep that little special stuff.
That's actually
It's
Lance
Halloween's
Armstrong's
coming
other
up,
nut.
and no one's going to say a word, Frank. But we know what's in there, right? Okay. Probably
My
got
mom's
fentanyl.
watching.
Your mom's Is your mom watching?
She watches every day.
Oh, I love that.
Rita.
Well, Rita, is she in Pittsburgh?
She is.
Hey, Rita, I just want to let you know, the only reason I pick on Frank is because look at him.
I was going to say something.
Do you have brothers and sisters?
I have an older sister, Gina.
So obviously Frank's not the favorite.
No, she loves us both equally.
No, yeah, that's what she says. But trust me, Rita's probably at home right now with the favorite, okay? and she's helping out around the house. It's a sister or
They
brother?
live together? Yeah, sister.
It's your sister,
Yeah.
older or younger?
3.5, 4 years older.
Yeah, it doesn't matter if it was 3.5 or 4. Just,
don't know why I
pick
did
a
that.
number, Frank.
4 years.
No one's going to fact check you on this show.
Gonna do
Trust
the
me,
math.
they're going to fact check Ryan and Joe. Look at Joe. Get Joe back up. You see up there? That is amazing.
It's a
Look
freeze
at how
frame.
happy he is.
That giant watch.
Oh my God, those glasses. You know when the sun in Henderson comes down and it blinds you. Those are the glasses you want to wear, right,
That's
honey?
Joey.
My wife is at home with Zuzu. Honey, I'm going to be heading over to Dennis Bono show.
Yeah, what time is that show at?
That's at 2 p.m. in
2
the
p.m.
big room, Frank.
I know
the big room, the one you're not allowed in. Okay, they're going to get you. They're going to put you over by the Keno.
Do you want we want to do a few posts? You have a couple you want to do?
It's if you want to.
I don't know. You want to do your best one? What should we do?
Well,
You call it.
there was one that I did want to include in the punch bowl that I didn't
sound
quite.
the horn. Yell, sound the horn.
Sound the horn.
There we go. All right, we've been having so much fun with Bob and Joe. We haven't had two
Andre
guests in
Johnson.
a long time, so we went a little long. So we'll save some of these for Friday. We have Jeff Parles coming up. Jeff will be back on his
Tomorrow.
regular Friday spot.
No,
Jeff will be-
he has that Friday spot, ladies and gentlemen. Do you know when I was a kid, my parents took me and my sister Debbie to the racetrack.
Really?
They'd take us out of school, take us to the racetrack.
Out of school?
Out of school.
I went to the Dodger opener. Is
Yeah,
what I would
Santa
do.
Anita.
Yeah.
They took us to the racetrack. So when I heard that, I brought back every memory of my white trash childhood.
But Santa Anita, the most beautiful park. All right, Ryan, what do you have for us?
So this one is going to be a clip of newly minted Hall of Famer Andre Johnson signing a piece of memorabilia that actually ties to probably his biggest moment in the NFL.
Okay.
When he fought Cortland Finnegan in
yeah.
2010.
That was a brutal
So someone
fight.
actually had him, it made a figurine and had him sign 2 of them. And so my question for this one is, for each of you, do you guys have a moment in sports history that you would want a athlete to sign, or in your own life, do you have a moment that you want your own figurine?
Oh, well, actually, by the way, Joe D'Amico just bought that piece of memorabilia.
Oh,
it's
I'm sure
already
he did.
it's already behind Joe on the Moose jersey. You know what? Probably when I got to host the on-field festivities of the 2006 baseball All-Star game in Pittsburgh.
Yeah.
And I was on the middle of the field, 35,000 people. I knew about 2,000 of them. And I was the one who brought out the celebrities to play and the famous Hall of Fame athletes to play in the celebrity softball game. And I had a Pirate jersey on, so I would like a little figurine of that. Maybe a Funko Pop or a bobblehead or something.
Yeah, a bobblehead. That's what
Bobblehead.
I would want.
Yeah.
A bobblehead.
Yeah.
I actually had. I was
A bob all head.
Wow. We really did go over, didn't we? Because at 1 o'clock, that's when the talent stopped. No, I had a club in San Luis Obispo, and it was Bob Zany's Comedy Outlet at William Randolph's.
Oh, really?
Ozzie Smith was staying there for the weekend.
Oh, come on.
And he autographed my baseball card. I still have it. Worth nothing.
No, and he's a Hall of Famer. He signed the glove
I
when
know,
I did
but
that
it's
thing.
not. But I guess the card that I gave him wasn't the one. If
No.
I should have the rookie card. You know what I'm saying?
That's where the money is. He was a San Diego on that rookie card. I don't know, Ryan. What about you? House call? House call?
My own moment? I'm not sure. It was mainly just a question for you guys.
Yeah,
So.
that's a good question. But to sign that fight was brutal. Cortland Finnegan, by the way, was a jerk. He played the Steelers. He was in our division. He played us all. He was always a jerk. Good player, but just a hothead.
Can I just say something about
Yes.
you, Frank, that
Yeah.
folks at home don't know, and even the staff behind the salad sneeze bar don't know this. And is this still COVID regulations or something?
We believe so.
Oh, God, it's so sad what they did to us.
Yes.
Okay, anyway, the point is that they don't know that people after your shows have you autograph items. And usually it's a bomb. And as a tribute to what they just sat
to
through.
my performance.
That's
yeah.
right, a bomb.
I don't,
Not a bomb, a bomb.
a bomb. Is that you want to do? You have that? Okay, we're gonna save everything. We have a lot of stuff for Jeff tomorrow. We got to save some stuff for Jeff.
Yeah, you do. And again, let's just put these in there and don't tell Jeff we did them. That would be funny.
We'll just do 'em over
Because Jeff
again.
doesn't even know he's here really half the time.
All right, so you're in over to the
He's
Dennis
married.
Bono
He's married
show.
now. It's
Exactly.
And the wife says, shouldn't you be at work now?
She likes when he's here. So you're going to the Dennis Bono show, which is in the showroom. He's probably got an all-star lineup tonight or
It's
today.
that way?
It's that way.
You going to join me, Keith, or you got to go? Oh, you got to go home. You got a lot
Things.
going on.
I got to go
get
to the
it.
World Series of Comedy and be a judge over at the Strat.
You know, I've judged stuff like that, and
Yeah.
it's tough because you really you want them to succeed, and you know it's not going to happen. You know what I mean? and you just watch this crap after crap.
Oh, don't say that.
No, I'm just, come on. They had to pay a fee to sit in front of you.
I
How
know,
sad
they
is
pay
that?
to get in.
No, I'm kidding. I'm sure you're going to see the next Michael Jordan.
All right, November 1st and 2nd at Wise Guys down in the Arts
and
District.
then also
Great
an
club.
Anthem and Sunset.
Yes.
Go to bobsany.net. I have my whole calendar
That's
right
what
there.
I wanted. You can also...
With Aaron O'Connor, by the way. Aaron will be joining me
I love
in
it.
Anthem. You were just there.
I was just there. It was great.
And I heard really good reviews about you. I was
I
shocked.
hope so. Yeah, I was
I mean,
too.
I was like, my God, he did a good
I
set.
thought there was going to be an incident.
You went out of your way, honey, to get him on the show, and
know,
boom.
good.
Now you and Kathleen Madigan are like this.
Kathleen
and
Dunbar.
It doesn't matter. The point.
Anyway, Joe D'Amico. It's Joe D'Amico wins. At Joe D'Amico wins. Oh, there's a picture of you and Aaron O'Connor.
Yep.
That's Bob.
The show in,
Who's that?
mid-October.
Who else am I performing with?
Who else is that?
Who is that, Bear
other
Claw?
comic? Who is it?
It was Aaron O'Connor, yeah.
No,
and
the guy. Steve Clark.
Steve DeClark.
Steve DeClark.
Oh, D. Clark. Yeah, from the Frank DeFranco family.
DeFranco fan.
He was the,
All right,
he
go
was
and-
the sixth.
If you want more from Joe D'Amico, who did an outstanding job, at Joe D'Amico wins. Just find him on Twitter. He's always very entertaining. He likes the Vikings, the Cowboys, and the Sooners. I got that 3-game parlay. CeeDee Lamb over yards. Daniel Jones throw a pick. Daniel Jones longest completion over 33.5. Ryan gave you a lot of great trends. We'll be back with Jeff. Thank you, Sean and Ann and Jerry. Bob, couldn't thank you enough for coming in for the entire episode.
I did the entire hour. It's amazing.
Hour five.
Hour five.
Overtime.
Yeah.
And
You
on
don't
that
pay,
note,
Frank. You
I
don't
know.
pay.
Well,
You
you got
understand?
water. You got 3 waters.
3
You can have
p.m.
a sip of
football
whiskey
frenzy
on the way.
at Sports
Give
with the
that
Book.
to-
There you go.
Yeah.
We'll be back tomorrow. Jeff Parles, Lines live in Nevada every show.